The opinions expressed by tonight's guest do not represent the opinions or position of Spaced Out Radio, syndicated carriers, or anyone associated with SOR Media. Listener discretion is advised. Here at Spaced Out Radio, we are about to take you higher. Broadcasting from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado to you listening around the world. This is Spaced Out Sunday with host Tessa N Thomas. You can follow Tessa on our Facebook page at Spaced Out Radio, on Twitter at TessaTNT, and you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio for the archive. But we break on command 'cause women rule the world. Buckle up, space travelers. Let the countdown begin.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time to go for a ride with host Tessa N Thomas.
I'm such a lucky guy, 'cause after all this time, it's like the deeper I go, the deeper I fall.
Good evening, Spaced Out Radio. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a Rocky Mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 419.9 in colorful Colorado. It is Sunday, January 6th, Monday, January 7th for those of you on the East Coast and beyond, and this is Spaced Out Radio. Hope you had a rockin' weekend and an awesome day and an even better evening. I'm your host, Tessa TNT, and I'm live tonight broadcasting from beautiful Fylth, Colorado. We are 150,000 strong nightly on Spaced Out Radio Network, spacedoutradio.com, Spreaker, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, 99.1 FM WQEE in Noonan, Georgia, 107.7 FM UPRN in Louisiana, Revolution Radio, as well as Deep Talk Radio, which you can find at deeptalkradio.com. Don't forget our website, spacedoutradio.com, where you can peruse the Spaced Out Radio store, and yes, indeed, it is open and available for you to do all your shopping. And don't forget to read the Encounter Online, dealing with everything strange, paranormal, and odd. So tonight, I have a treat for all my guys and gals out there. Tonight, we are talking to and getting to know Kelly L. Walters, and she's amazing. She did a chakra cleansing for me this last week on her show, which I love the name of the show. And I'm trying to pull this up really quick. For some reason, my internet's being really slow, and I've got so many places to post stuff. But Kelly has a podcast on Blog Talk Radio, where she is a co-host of the show Life, Laughter, and Happiness. And this is also a growing YouTube channel and the name of a Facebook group as well. Kelly L. Walters has Good Vibrations Holistic Energy work. She's found mainly on Facebook with her personal page and 2 business pages. She started off with Kelly's Kids Exotic Animal Learning Center in 2007, where she took in rescues and helped heal, socialize, and bring back the health to many different exotic animals that were abused or neglected. She takes them with her on to different venues to teach children and adults about them, to help them get past their fears and demonstrate how to properly care for them. This is in hope that by providing a fun learning environment in an educational setting, that this might help prevent the need for rescue in the future. She is starting to do animal and pet readings remotely by recent photos. She grew up in Kalamazoo and Portage, I believe that's Mississippi, and she has traveled Michigan. Okay. And she has traveled all over the continental USA, Hawaii, Spain, Gibraltar, some parts of Europe, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Morocco. She hopes to someday travel into South America, Africa, Eastern Europe, Asia, and Australia and surrounding areas. She comes from a line of intuitive psychic women on her maternal side who also have connections with nature, animals, plants, and interspecies communicating and healing. Kelly realized she had these gifts that were not often talked about in her family when she often had wild and domestic animals come up to her, including many wild birds. One such bird she and her mother named Little Jay, a blue jay that came when they called or he saw her pull in her parents' driveway for a visit. He recognized the car and often followed it. One year he even brought his mate to meet her, but the female blue jay stayed back a few feet. Kelly thought these things were normal occurrences until she talked with others about it. To Kelly, it just seemed natural. People brought her their sickly animals, plants, and people sought her out who were sick or dying for comfort of her healing and caring presence. Again, she just thought that this was normal and didn't think much about it as being different. People tell her all the time how easy it is to open up with her and that they usually find that difficult to do. After a few near-death experiences of her own, one stemming from domestic violence about 15 years ago, she went through many metamorphoses and she realized that she was also able to contact departed people and animals by going into a trance-like state. Again and again, she brought peace to the suffering and bereaved, telling them things that often made no sense to her but made a world of difference for who she was helping, as she was told it was information only the departed could know. Afraid of public scrutiny and ridicule, Kelly hadn't gone public until now. Kelly found she could no longer keep this to herself, as there's a real need out there of awareness and healing and for helping raise the vibration frequency of the world. She has participated as a light worker in the worldwide meditations for peace and healing, helped on a couple paranormal investigations, and helped uncover some information for a criminal case. She has attended one exorcism and co-performed one and performed one on her own as well. As she frequently does chakra cleansings and intuitive readings, sometimes the other side will pop in with a message. Often her intuitive chakra cleanings will give the person a message about their state of health or something to become more mindful of for optimal wellness. Currently, she is beginning to study on natural herbal medicines, healing with crystals and gemstones, and expanding her knowledge for more holistic health aspects and massage therapy. Hey, Kelly, that's awesome bio. I love it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here, and I just want to say hi to everybody who might be listening or might be listening later on. East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in between. I am very honored to be here, and I think this is going to be a very interesting and fun evening or morning, depending on where you're at.
Yeah,
you're trying to call me too.
Yeah, I was like, I can't answer my phone. I should send him the phone number to call in for the show. That'd be interesting to hear from him as well.
Oh yeah, he's my co-host on Life, Laughter, Happiness. Yeah,
we actually have coming in right now. And let's see. Okay, and it's an 850 number. Who are we talking to?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, did you get in touch with Kelly?
Oh, hi. Yes, hi. It's Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Kelly, where are you? Hi.
Hey.
Hi, what's going on?
Oh, she just did the intro, and we're starting to talk, and it's excellent to have you with us.
So I'm calling into the show, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the first time, you're in the driver's seat and I'm not.
Yeah, this is a little different. Yep.
Okay.
Yes. I saw you calling on the other number.
so
I was
once
like, man, I can't answer it. But luckily you had this number. I was about to send it to you, but luckily you had it.
Yeah. So, I mean, how many people are on?
We actually have quite a few people in the chat room, and a lot of people excited about the chakra readings, and we were even talking about it in the chat last night, and yeah, people are excited to get that done, and hopefully get some messages going and some chakras cleared out.
Hey, that'd be great.
She did a chakra cleanse of one of the accusers of Bill Cosby.
Oh, wow. How did that go?
Yeah. That went great. It was really a pleasure to talk to her. She's a really genuine person and has a very interesting life. And she's doing a lot of outreach to help other people who've been in situations where they've been taken advantage of. So she's a real treasure. It's unfortunate she's had to go through that, but like many of us who've been through not so great situations, when we can turn it around to help other people, I think, that's super, because, if we don't do that, then who's going to?
Right, and I find it so important, to use your gifts. I've actually been ridiculed by a family member, and she's like, what makes you think God's going to protect you when you're doing things he doesn't want you to? But I believe in my heart that he gave me these gifts for a reason, and, it's helpful for us to help other people and to help raise each other up and, love and light and all that good stuff. And there's not a lot of help out there for paranormal or chakras.
I don't
Yeah.
know. If I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this plug because I don't know if Kelly knows about this yet. Kelly, and it's actually kind of funny because when I first told Kelly about this, I got this wrong. There is a psychic, we call her the Beantown Medium.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I said it wrong, and I said it was something else.
Yeah.
The Beantown Madam. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we cleared that up. But anyway, just so you know, Kelly, I booked her on the show. This lady does the readings for women who have lost their kids, and
Wow.
and we've been trying to get her on. So I was I just got her. I just phoned her in, and I booked her in on the show to do up on the show about some time ago. I didn't know if you saw the post, Kelly, or not. Did you see the post?
No, thank you. That's very exciting.
Okay.
Wow. Well, that's a good
Who's
surprise.
getting their chakras done?
And Andy wanted me to let you know that Australians are listening too. We actually have people in the UK and Australia and all over the place. Italy and Spain.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we got a couple Aussies in the chat room, and people from all over the place.
The good news about being all over the world is that it's never late, because it's some time in the world, the place of the world, it's 3:00 in the afternoon or 6:00 at night.
Yeah.
That's the. I mean.
Yeah, I think
Who
Andy.
is getting their
Andy and
chakras clean first?
Oh, I don't know. I'm excited to see, and I am so excited about it because she did such an awesome job with mine, and it was just amazing the things that she was hitting on, and she really is.
And with me, it was. Can I tell the story about what happened when she did me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you heard that story or not, but as you know, Kelly and I met through this chakra cleanse, and apparently her friend Tim was helping her out, and they did their chakras, and I told them I was having financial problems, okay, which is not uncommon. And what happened was that she did my chakras, and the whole thing, it basically went like an exorcism. I mean, Tim was coughing and wheezing, and I began to nickname Tim Max von Sydow because that was what it was like. okay? Well, he does my chakras, and he cleans it all out. The next day, I get a phone call from Tim, and Tim says, listen, you think you might have been under some form of demonic attack because we got everything out. You know, they got everything out. So I just sort of listened in. I didn't really think anything of it. Well, I go out walking, and I'm out on the street, and then all of a sudden, this minivan pulls up to me. And out of this minivan comes this lady. She's about 40 or 50. And she walks right up to me and she goes, you look like you could use some extra money here. And she hands me $3, like, just right on the spot.
Wow.
Did you ever hear that story?
No, that's awesome.
Right. And so you got to understand that when that happens, and I was, like, thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to go walk home. Boy, I really hope one of my friends show up to give me a ride home. Sure enough, one of my friends showed up and gave me a ride. You know, I don't know, he gave me a ride home. I mean, it was just weird stuff that happened after that. The point I'm trying to get with all this is it was I don't really have an explanation for it, so I'm not going to label it. But then I decided that I was going to have Kelly on my show. And what happened was I had no idea that Kelly really enjoyed being on the podcast all that much. I mean, I didn't realize it. So I had her on, and, you know, she was going to talk to the medium, and I made it so that she could be in the very beginning and, you know, she could stay the full hour. So when I introduced her, I said, this is my co-host, Kelly. You know? Well, as soon as I said the word co-host Kelly, she lit up like a Christmas tree. And, you know, so after the show, she goes, you know, she was really timid about it. She goes, well, I did a little happy dance when you said co-host. And I didn't realize that. So I thought, okay, well, she really likes it that much. I realized that it makes sense to have that kind of energy on the air. So we had her on. I decided I would keep her on as a co-host. And I never thought that she would love it that much. I mean, I bought her a T-shirt advertising the shirt. She wore that thing for 3 days.
Yep.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like, I mean, tell me if you can name the movie of this. Do you know the Keanu Reeves surfer movie where he played a surfer?
Yeah. Totally.
What was that called?
I don't remember the name of the movie, but I do remember that role and the accent that he had, like the way he did it. He did so good with it.
Well, let me explain to you what I mean. There's this one scene where he plays the surfer, and they tell him that you know, okay, this is what it's like to surf, you know. And he was just like, okay, you know. But after he does it, he just sort of it's like this. It was sort of like it was a surreal, supernatural, out of body, higher level of consciousness experience. And I don't not try to brag, but it does seem like that's what Kelly has when she does the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Is you right? Am I right, Kelly?
Absolutely. It is such a thrill for me to connect with so many different people and their energies and their experiences. And it's like every time we talk to a psychic or somebody that's involved in paranormal or whatever, it's like, for me, it's like pieces of a puzzle coming together for this one really clear, awesome picture that I could never have imagined before we started gathering the pieces from each person. And it's really inspiring for me to be able to help people on this level. I never knew that there would be a need or that I could do this because, you know, my family was one where, well, we don't know that this is coming from God, so where else could it be coming from? We don't play with that kind of thing. We don't talk about it. And so, you know, a lot of times I was just trying to deny these things or just, you know, think, okay, well, this happens to everybody. And then it's like, oh, it doesn't? okay, now what do I do? And then, so I wasn't really doing too much with it. And then it was like, well, these situations just kind of one at a time as I evolved, they just kind of fell in my lap. And, one weird thing after another. And it's like, well, okay, I can try to put this on the back burner and not, mess with it. But it's like, I feel so good when I'm doing it, when I'm helping, It just, I know that it can't come from anything but be a gift, from the divine, because, it's genuinely helping other people and it helps myself to grow. And I don't think that anything evil could come, and do that when it's from pure intentions and, a non-egotistic origin. I'm not doing it to promote myself. I'm not doing it to, get the feel goods or to try to get admiration or fame or anything. I'm just doing it because it comes naturally, and I like to be able to give. And what I get in return is just overwhelming love and joy, and it's really beautiful for me. It's a really beautiful process, and it's a really quite a growth experience, the whole thing, with all the different things that I've experienced and continue to experience. And, I can't deny it anymore. And I don't know if, people listening could relate or not. I'm sure there are people that can and do, and I'm just not sure that people in my family would fully understand. But, I can't go around seeking approval either. So it's just one of those things where I know I'm doing the right thing, and things just kind of click that way, like they hadn't before. When I've pursued things I wasn't sure about before, they don't generally work out. But for some reason, these experiences tend to work out really well. And I just feel like it's not coming from me. I feel like I'm being led to them. I'm being led through them. And if it's someone who's passed away and they're trying to communicate through me, it's not me being able to do that. I'm just like basically being their voice. It's not anything that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And like you said, it is very rewarding, and being able to pass that message on to people is just such a blessing, because there's so many people out there that do need to hear these certain things, and it's so amazing that you can do that. And were you, in your bio it said that your gifts basically came from your mother's side of the family. Are you not able to talk to her about it, or is she kind of hush-hush about it, or how does that work?
She passed away in 2012 of lung cancer, but when I did talk to her, she would tell me about things like when she was growing up and in high school, her mother sensed that if she went out with her friends on a weekend, like a night, to South Haven, which is a beach on Lake Michigan, she felt like something terrible was going to happen. And so my mom, she never did anything wrong or anything, but my grandma's like, I'm grounding you. And she's like, why? What did I do? And she's like, it's nothing you've done. I just don't want you going on this trip. I have a bad feeling about it, that you're not going to be okay. And my mom was upset. She was mad. She stayed home. And come to find out, her girlfriends were in a convertible, and, I think might have been drinking, I'm not sure. But what I do know is I remember her telling me that they had met some boys in a different vehicle, and they started goofing around and kind of racing with the boys and got ahead of them on this curvy road. And it was at night on their way back, I think, from the beach. And they ended up losing control of the vehicle and plowed into a tree that was in front of a person's house.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, there's still scars on that tree. And my mom would have been sitting up on the back of the car, behind the back seat. And one of her friends was there where she would have been next to her. And that person was launched into the tree up in the branches. Another one was thrown some distance. And people died. There was one person, I think, that survived, and they were in a wheelchair. And the boys, I don't think, ended up in the accident. I'm not sure. I don't remember. She told me a long time ago. But I do know that she wouldn't have made it had she gone from where she would have been sitting. And, of course, back then in the 60s, they weren't wearing seatbelts. And, yeah.
I got goosebumps really bad from that story. That's terrible.
No, it's freaky, and it's awful because, high schoolers, and, it just seems like every class has somebody that they lose in it while they're in high school, to one thing or another, and a lot of times it's automobile related, but not always. But, yeah, I mean, that tree is still there with those scars, and, forever lives were changed. And my grandma just sensed this dread feeling like, no, you're not going, and didn't have a real reason why. And I don't think she really developed her gift. And I know my mom was discouraged from doing so. But there were a lot of times my mom told me things, that didn't make sense, and I'd get angry. And then I'd find out, wow, something bad would have happened, and I'm glad I didn't do this.
Yeah, Trip in the chat room was saying, what if her mom would have went and talked them out of showing off? The accident might not have happened, but it is really difficult with teenagers, talking sense into them, even being a peer, but you never know. But, she could have been the one that hit the tree or whatnot, it could have been really terrible.
Yeah, and she would have been one of them that probably would have goofed off and been drinking too, and that's the thing. She was a good student. She behaved well, but there was that little bit of a rebellious streak, doing things like that. So yeah, it's possible. Maybe she could have helped turn it a different way, but more than likely she would have just been one of them going along with it, thinking it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't have been. But, at the time, sometimes you don't realize what kind of danger you're in, especially when you're young and you feel invincible.
Right. Well, when did you first realize that you had this gift?
Well, when I had animals come up to me, when I was really small, I'd have to say younger than 6, there was a bird in the tree. And this wasn't Little Jay that you read about in the bio, but this was a finch, like a goldfinch type thing. And it was in the tree, and I reached my finger out, and it got within about 2 inches of my finger, and it wouldn't climb on. But it was like, I just thought, oh, wow, I can almost pet this bird. But I thought, well, that's probably normal. And, other animals would come up to me, and I thought, oh, that's really cool, But I didn't really, know that was different. That was just what happened, and it still happens. So I've had some near-death experiences, and I've had some where the other side was reaching out to me, and I was passing messages along that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But, if you'd like, I can tell you about some of those.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm just going to jump in real quick. I'm going to get off the phone. I just wanted to chime in and check in on the two of you, but I hope you have a great show, Kelly, okay?
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in, Jonathan. It was great to hear from you and to hear your story about your chakra cleansing and the things that happened afterwards. That was amazing. And I think he's gone. No, I was waiting for a response and I didn't hear anything. But yeah, the near-death experiences, I would totally love to hear about that.
Okay. There was one where it was my birthday, and my friend Krista was taking me to Outback Steakhouse, and we were making a left turn on a busy street on Southwest Midge. If anybody's from the area, you'll know that that's like goes through the heart of the city. And she made the left turn, and we got hit on the passenger side, like T-boned. And I don't remember anything because I had passed out, but I remember her crying, and I was on a stretcher being taken to the ambulance. And then the weird thing is I remember it from looking down at myself. And I was like, okay, this is odd. Why am I down there? And then I hear them say, she's not breathing. We don't have a pulse. And they were trying to get like the crash cart or whatever, the paddles and stuff. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm here. Hello. Somebody. And I was scared. I was like, oh God, that's going to hurt. But luckily, they didn't have to use them, but at the time, it was like, it seemed like this all had, all the time in the world to take place, that I was looking down at myself and they're doing that. And I'm like, well, that's fine. Why is that happening? And then there was, I remember this, everybody talks about the white light experience, and I don't try to read too much into, other people's experiences. But, there was the white light, and it looked like a dark background with these gingerbread cutout people that were made out of light. But what the really weird thing is I could identify, it felt like I knew everybody that was there. My best friend Jim, who had passed away when I was at his side in the hospital from leukemia. I had ancestors there that it felt like a huge reunion, and I did not want to leave because it was the most beautiful, pure love, pure joy, pure happy, more than I've ever felt here. And it was unconditional love. And I was like, wow, I don't want to leave here. And they told me it wasn't my time yet. And I'm like, well, why not? I want to be here. And they said, you have more things that you need to do. You have a purpose. And you're going to be helping a lot of people. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it's really great here. I don't want to leave. And then I ended up in my body suddenly, and I'm looking up at the ambulance people, the paramedics. And my friend is bawling her eyes out because she thought I was dead. And that's when they're like, oh, we have a pulse. Okay, she's breathing. Okay, we don't need that. And then they start getting me in the ambulance, and I don't remember anything after that. But it was just the most profound experience. And, I have never felt like that, except little glimpses of it here and there in my life since. or before. And, you know, it's hard to put into words. It really is. I am struggling, you know, trying, you know, I can say all these words like beautiful and all that, but really what kind of meaning does that have when we say those words so much? But, you know, but it was really, really, it was life-changing. And, you know, I've been through some really terrible situations, and it was hard to remember that. And, you know, at the time I was going through traumas, it was hard to remember that I have a meaning, that there's a purpose, that I'll be helping people, until I was able to put those pieces together recently and say, hey, I had to go through that stuff to be able to help people on that level. You know, there's plenty of wonderful psychologists and psychiatrists out there, but if they haven't lived it, all they can do really is listen and apply their knowledge, but they can't really feel that they've been there and they've gone through it and they've made it through the other side of a trauma if they haven't been through it. So it's really hard to relate to them sometimes, unless they have. So I'm not saying I'm going into those fields, but, you know, going into trying to help people heal themselves is something I feel is really important. And, you know, I think that those, as terrible as, you know, some of the experiences have been that I've been through, it helps me to be able to relate to people and for them to be able to relate to me.
Did
So
you
they're kind of a
find,
gift.
I've heard a lot of stories of people with near-death experiences and coming back with gifts that they never had before. Did you find that your gifts got stronger after going through that experience?
Absolutely. But I think the one that was the most influential was my ex-husband, when he beat me up to the point that, I had basilar artery migraine. So what he did, he went to my appointments at Diamond Headache Clinic in Chicago. So he knew that I wasn't supposed to be able to withstand things like whiplash, certain kinds of trauma to the head, neck, you know, things like that. But he purposefully tried to kill me, and he did the things that they said that I can't, you know, probably survive from. And he did this at the point where I was trying to get out of my abusive marriage, and he didn't want me to leave. And he knew that I was getting strong enough and on my own enough with my job that I was going to be leaving. And maybe my mistake was telling him I was going to leave. Maybe I should have just done it. But, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, that doesn't really matter. But the fact is I got out. But it took me about 12 years of physical therapy, cognitive therapy, speech therapy, a bunch of different ones, occupational therapy, because when this happened, I couldn't even put sentences together. I didn't know who my parents were when they came to get me in the ER. I just thought, oh, wow, I wonder if they go and rescue everybody. You know, I didn't know. I didn't recognize my bedroom. I didn't recognize my cat. I didn't recognize pictures of myself. I thought, wow, I kind of look like their daughter. I didn't know that was me. So I went from that and filing for divorce and prosecuting him. He pled guilty to a lesser charge, and I sued him for the medical expenses, which I didn't get nearly enough to cover it because they didn't realize just how long I was going to need this help. But I finally started getting my memories back, and it was pretty traumatic because it was all the bad stuff first, and I had night terrors and things like that. But once I was able to get my head back on straight, I found that I had a lot more intensified gifts than I'd had before. And that's when I started to realize I had the ability to be able to contact people on the other side. I could go into like a trance-like state. And my best friend, Jim, who passed away from leukemia, he ended up being able to contact me. And it was really something because I called his mom and I told her about it. I said, and she was open to the idea of, him reaching, through other people to contact her. There was a cousin in his family that could do that. And so I contacted her and I said, this is going to sound weird, but Jim told me to tell you that something about a third Christmas tree and a squirrel and a raccoon. And it doesn't make any sense to me. And she's like, oh my gosh, we just got a third fake Christmas tree in our house this year. And we just got a squirrel ornament and a raccoon ornament we put in it. She's like, she was getting emotional about it. And, I almost didn't tell her because it sounded so ridiculous. What is this thing about a third tree and a raccoon and a squirrel? I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. But she started crying because she was so happy. And then there were other things I told her that I can't remember now, but they made a world of difference to her. And, things like that, just odd things. And like last year in 2018, I was in a car versus semi accident. And the weirdest thing is the car, according to the people that were working on us in the ER, the way the car was hit by the semi overturned, the car was completely smashed where I'd been sitting. It looked like nobody should have survived, but all four of us survived. And one person has a broken back, but she's not paralyzed from it. I'm still going through physical therapy, but my gifts got even stronger. So, it's kind of weird how that works, and I can't explain it. But it's like everything fits together and happens for a reason. And I think that the profound experience I had with the memory loss and not being able to talk and having to relearn how to feed myself, how to make sentences, how, all that stuff, I think strengthened it because the way I can explain it after that domestic violence incident was all my senses were completely heightened to the point it was like colors were intensified and sounds, and I didn't have a filter for a while that would tell me, okay, pay attention to this person sitting in front of me and what they're saying because all this other stuff is background. Don't pay attention to it. I would go into a mall and be overwhelmed with all the lights and the sounds and the people walking, and the footsteps would be just as loud as 15 conversations, and the music is playing, and it just got too much. I don't have that now, but what I think I took away from it was when everything got heightened, so did the psychic part and the intuitive part. And I was able to learn how to get that filter back, but not filter out things that were useful, like those gifts. the other thing was, it gave me a new appreciation for things, because I had to hide in a couple different shelters because he was breaking the personal protection order and he was trying to hunt me down.
Jeez.
And yeah, and my parents like literally cried when they dropped me off, because, you know, he showed up at their house and they wanted to protect me and be there with me, and they knew that I needed them. I mean, and I really have to thank, you know, the people at the shelter and the caseworker and people like that, because I was lost. But I remember going in the backyard there, and it was beautiful. And I remember just the feeling of the sunshine on me and seeing the flowers and the plants and just, you know, the heightened senses in that environment, being calm, being with nature. I really connected, and it really helped me to feel grounded and centered when the rest of the world felt crazy. And I think that also strengthened my bond with nature and animals even more than it had been before. That was my solace. That was how I renewed myself. And
it's so amazing when you do go through things like that, and, you know, just looking up at the stars, it's a whole different experience because it's so beautiful. And even though you knew that before, it just wasn't as beautiful as it was before. It's just like amazing, and life is beautiful, and just seeing the stars and everything around you, like you're saying, and nature and whatnot. It's just a beautiful experience to be able to re-experience that.
Absolutely. It was like seeing everything for the first time with the eyes of a child again, and their wonder and their excitement and their anticipation, and, you know, just like everything is so new. And, yeah, it really, that part of it was a gift. And, you know, I couldn't figure out how to stick a bowl in the microwave and heat it up, but, you know, man, those times life was beautiful, and it still is. But, you know, I've had times where, you know, things got rough since then, and, you know, having things come back wasn't always pleasant. But now I'm excited because the last couple of years I've been able to remember my childhood instead of having to smile and pretend like I know who people are. I actually know who they are, and I remember the good times, not just the bad ones. So, you know, it's life is a gift, and it's beautiful. And I've had times of serious depression before, but I haven't had it in the last couple of years. So, you know, it's really nice. It feels like life is coming around full circle, and it feels like finally I'm finding my purpose, and I'm finding my ability to be able to do things that I didn't think I could do before. And a big part of that excitement is being able to help other people and animals, and, you know, be able to reach out and feel like there is a purpose.
There definitely is, and like you said, life is a gift, and it's so beautiful, and a lot of people take it for granted. But, you know, a lot of people don't get to live life to its fullest. A lot of people are taken away from us early, and, yeah, it's amazing to be able to be here and meet new people and have new experiences, and, like you're saying, help people and animals, and you also do this thing where you save animals and help certain exotic animals and whatnot. What sort of animals do you get to work with?
I've had the pleasure of, I've had Patagonian maras, and they're also called Patagonian cavies. They are the second largest rodent in the world, and I got to bottle feed these two brothers, and they are so cute. I gave them to a wildlife park where they can roam free with others. I was told when I got them at the time that, oh yeah, they make great house pets, but yeah, if you don't mind them going potty wherever they're at and chewing on your drywall, then I guess,
Right.
you know, they belong out in the wild. So that's where they are with the other ones. You know, it's Boulder Ridge Wild Animal Park. It's over by Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I've had many, many, many bearded dragons, and I've rehomed a lot of them. And right now I have 14. And oftentimes when I get them, the females are so neglected and thin that nobody knows they're pregnant. And then all of a sudden they start eating here, and then they start digging, and I'm like, oh, I think we got a pregnant one. And then I have the incubators set up for when they lay their eggs. And then, you know, it's really cool because, well, it's not cool that they're abused or neglected, but it's really cool when they start to turn around and they've never been handled before. Then they end up being really cuddly. You know, they're like almost like a lap dog. They're known as the Labrador of lizards, and they get to be about 18 to 24 inches long from nose to tail tip. And just to see them, you know, raise them from eggs, and, you know, they hatch, and then you're the first person they see, and they're excited and they want out, and it's really cool. So I have those, and I have a leopard gecko. I have a Chilean rose tarantula, a corn snake. I have 4 sugar gliders, a hermit crab, and 2 Chinese firebelly newts. And, you know, a lot of these animals, like I said, people will end up getting as a pet. They think their 5-year-old's going to take care of it, and then the 5-year-old doesn't, and then mom and dad don't want to take care of it. Or, you know, somebody falls on hard times, they can't afford food anymore, or they can't afford the vet bill. I've had a hedgehog, and I've had a guinea pig. I've had mice. And, you know, I've had cats and dogs and fish and things like that. But I really enjoy this. I go around to schools. I go around to birthday parties. I have people over here giving tours. I have a lot of friends that absolutely fell in love with my animals. And in fact, I've got neighbors down the road that I had one hatch in 2017, and I call him Little Dude, but his name is Grayson Leopold. And he actually traveled with me and my fiance and his daughter to see the eclipse in Kentucky.
Oh.
Like, we did. Yeah, it was really cool. And he was small enough he could fit in my pocket or in my purse, and we'd kind of sneak him in a napkin in a restaurant so nobody'd know. Like, yep, he went down to Tennessee and Kentucky with us. And, yeah, so I've got animals that, you know, some of them will tolerate, like some of the bearded dragons will tolerate being in a costume. So they're perfect for schools and birthday parties and scouts and things like that. Because I like teaching people that, you know, you don't have to be afraid of a spider. You don't have to be afraid of a snake. And it's amazing how many people will actually hold them. And, you know, maybe they were afraid before and they're not now. So, you know, people that never thought that they would get close to something like that end up being drawn to it. And anywhere from little kids to older people. And so that's really cool. And, but the people that are down the road that saw me walking around with this little dragon, I took in a rescue last year in April, and she ended up being pregnant. And they have 3 of those babies, and I have the other 2. So, yeah, we take care of each other's animals when we're on vacation and stuff. So, yeah, it's a really fun life.
It really sounds like it. I was actually desensitizing myself because I've always had this obnoxious fear of spiders. And it all started because one burrowed behind my ear and dug a hole and laid some eggs. And I got really sick from it and had to take medicine. And finally this cone popped out of my head. And I was sitting there one day and I was looking at pictures of different tarantulas and stuff, and my husband's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm desensitizing myself." And I find it actually worked, and I've gained a respect for different creatures, such as spiders and whatnot, and I'll catch them in the house and I'll let them go outside. Used to be I'd just crunch them, and be done with it, but I have that respect for that little form of life, How would I feel if somebody came along and crunched me? So I just started catching them and putting them outside, and yeah, my husband just would shake his head and like, "What is wrong with you?" Nothing. I just got to have this new form of respect for these little guys.
Oh my gosh, I would be terrified to have something burrow in me and lay eggs. That sounds like something from a horror movie.
Yeah, I was crying for hours, and my mom's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I kept itching behind my ear, and she finally saw it and took me to the doctor, and it was a wolf spider of all things. It was really strange.
Oh, wow. I always have a fear of something crawling in my ears.
Yeah.
So, that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Right.
But it's weird, like, I will sleep with the blanket or the sheet or whatever. It has to be covering my ear because, it's not like, if you think of it rationally, if something's going to go in your ear, that blanket is not going to stop it. But, it makes me sleep better at night.
Well, on that note, we have to go to our first break. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for nighttime adventure? Old school radio that delves into everything out of the norm? Then check us out at Spaced Out Radio. This is Dave Scott. Every Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, we're going to take you on a wild ride ranging from conspiracies to true crime and every ghost, alien, and Sasquatch story in between. We're always live, and we're always interactive with you. So join us at spacedoutradio.com, where together, we own the night.
Hey, guess what? You can now get your brand new Spaced Out Radio swag at spacedoutradio.com. We've brought the store back with all new items for you to pick out and pick up for yourself, your family, or friends. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, we got it all. All you have to do is head to our website and click on Store. Choose what you want and it's shipped to you. The Spaced Out Radio store is right there for you. Come shop with us at spacedoutradio.com. Then we can own the night together.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
On the first Tuesday of every month, I encourage you to come along for a journey with me, Geraldine Orozco, on The Spiritual You. Together, we will take a look at how to access the highest expression of yourself and change your life. Consciousness, ET contact, health, and wellness, we can talk about it all. So come along for a spiritual ride with me, Geraldine Orozco, on The Spiritual You, only on Spaced Out Radio.
Coming soon to our website, spacedoutradio.com, is the SOR Space Travelers Club. For just $5 a month, you can get into a private area on our site where you can hang with other listeners in our chat room, post in our forum, and check out a bunch of exclusive content and store that won't be found anywhere else, including a nightly after-show party with Dave. It's going to be the best $5 a month you're going to spend. The SOR Space Travelers, only at spacedoutradio.com.
At spacedoutradio.com, we have a little bit of everything for you to stay up late. So while you're there, check out our SOR Newswire, where our team brings you stories of the weird and strange to the WTF from around the globe. News on Bigfoot, UFOs, paranormal, Darwinian-type crime tales. It's the stories that the mainstream media usually won't touch. Well, we got them all on the SOR Newswire, only at spacedoutradio.com. If you're heading to Vancouver, make sure you stop by the official bar of Spaced Out Radio, the Moose Vancouver. It's the place to party in YVR. At the corner of Nelson and Granville, the Moose Vancouver is always up to speed with a kitchen staff that serves great food. All food on the menu, $6.95 to $8.95. There's a reason the Moose Vancouver is recognized as one of the hottest spots on the West Coast. Get your horns up for the Moose Vancouver.
Hey, this is Canadian Paranormal Investigator Mike Moore. The third Wednesday of every month, I'll be teaming up with Dave Scott to bring you Ghosts of the Great White North. Each month, we will bring on guests from across Canada to discuss their ghostly encounters. Canada is a paranormal hotbed with stories you've never heard, so we're going to bring them to you. So get comfy on your Chesterfield, grab a donut, and join us, eh?
A timepiece is a reflection of who you are, and what better way to show off the real you than with an Escape watch. Escape is a lifestyle brand accessorizing your days and nights. Choose to escape and create the life of discovery that you deserve. Dream, play, unite with your own personalized Escape watch. Head to escapewatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
We're bringing scientific thought to the paranormal. Hi there. This is Spaced Out Radio scientist Chris Cogswell. Join me, Chris Zuger, and Dave Scott the second Wednesday of every month, where we break down the who from the woo when it comes to everything paranormal. We'll investigate and try to bring sensible answers to those straight and sometimes outlandish questions people have. Hey, not everything has an answer, but we'll do our best. Listen in to Reality Paranormal only on Spaced Out Radio.
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot Thal, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
Looking for a place to advertise at a very reasonable cost? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. SpacedOutRadio.com has an advertising tab that you can click to check out our daily, weekly, and monthly packages to play on the radio, or our website including social media. From commercial spots to banners, we have it all. Check out our competitive pricing today.
You can follow Tessa on Twitter at TessaTNT, on our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio, and our website is spacedoutradio.com. Now, back to Spaced Out Weekend host, Tessa Nicole Thomas.
Hear the sound again, voices dancing in my head, smile wide, drowning slowly as the echoes rise.
Hey guys and gals, welcome back. So great to have you on tonight. Tonight we have Kelly on, and she's going to be cleansing some chakras, and we actually have our first caller. Hey Nomi, welcome to the show.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm so glad you called.
I'm doing good. How are all the gnomes out there?
They're doing good. Tripp's telling us some pretty freaky stories in the chat room. I'm like, holy shnikes, man. He's seen a lot of death and whatnot.
Really?
yeah, some of these stories just are like hair raising. One at one point of which he was saying he saw this lady get hit by a car, which was a local bag lady that everyone knew, and her head actually rolled to his feet, and she was like looking up at him, and so that was quite creepy. Yeah, he's had all kinds of experiences. I know. He's like seen so many things. It's like, how do you sleep at night? I couldn't imagine.
Wow. Yeah.
Sounds like he needs to call in.
Right? That's what I said. And Susan's daughter's sick and or not doing well or whatnot, and I was like, have her call and get her chakras cleansed. It can't hurt. But so Kelly, I'm pretty sure Adnome is calling in to get a chakra cleansing.
Excellent. Okay. I will take the phone in the other room where I've got my pendulum and I've got my Himalayan salt lamp and some candles going. I don't have to have the phone on the cord anymore, so I'm happy about that. It gives me some freedom.
Nice. Can you tell our listeners and Adnome how this actually works?
Absolutely. What I do is, well, I'll take you with me while I walk and talk at the same time. What I do is I do a little warm-up that just gets my energy up, focused, and I can walk you through the warm-up so that anybody that wants to can do it along with me. People that meditate might be able to pick up on it easier than somebody who's not used to doing that kind of thing. But, you know, whether you're successful at it or not doesn't matter, really. It's just kind of something that I do. And with practice, if somebody wants to, they'll get better at it. And then, so I'll walk everybody through that part. And then what I have is I have a gemstone on a string. You can use a paper clip on a piece of dental floss, actually. Yeah, it will do the same thing. I learned this technique through my friend Tim, who is a licensed massage therapist. And he went through the Kalamazoo Center for the Healing Arts. And they're now called something else, but they're really good at integrating a lot of holistic techniques along with what you need to become a licensed massage therapist, like the pressure points and the anatomy and physiology and all that, which I'll be doing soon when I get the clearance from my doctor in physical therapy. So, when I'm focusing on a person and their chakra center, which usually I've got a photo of somebody, which it'll be interesting to see how this works tonight without the photos, but I'll be trying to focus on the person's voice instead and their chakra centers. You have 7 chakras in the body, and they're all connected to different body systems, organs, thought processes, emotions, things of that nature. If you were to look at it, they're along the spine. And I found it interesting. There was a chart at my physical therapist office where it showed the different vertebrae and what those are related to with the nerves and what systems those are connected to, like the specific organs. And I'm like, hey, that lines up with the chakras. And they're like, yeah, because they do energy work there too. So they knew what I was talking about. But, so, yeah, let's see how this works without having the photo, because we're doing this on the phone. I know Tim does it with a photo remotely, and he's the one that showed me, but I might be able to do it without. So,
yeah. Were you able to see my photo when you did mine? Because you did an awesome job with that.
Oh, thank you. I was able to see yours, so that might have helped. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So for the warm-up exercise, what I do is I rub my hands together vigorously so that you feel the warmth and you feel tingling. And then I bring my hands out about shoulder width apart, and I start feeling really tingle. I bring them closer and closer together and kind of cup them when they're about 5 or 6 inches away from each other. Is where I start to feel resistance. And what that's doing is it's forming an energy ball. People that are sensitive to energy work, people who can see auras, things like that, can take this energy ball and throw it against the wall and see like a splat. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect the ability to have your chakras done or anything like that. But it's just kind of a nifty little thing to do. Now, our caller that I'm doing the chakras for, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
And what is your name, sir?
My name is Adam.
Hello, Adam. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Thank you. Are you where you can relax and kind of lay on your back or recline in a chair? Or on a bed? Or...
I am currently sitting in my studio, which is a pretty relaxing place, so yeah.
Okay. If you could sit back and relax, just so that, you know, you're not doubled over on yourself or, you know, sitting upright. If you could kind of recline a little bit, stretch out, that would help, because that way we don't have like an energy center piled on top of an energy center. It's just easier that way.
All right.
Okay, so if you close your eyes, that kind of helps too. That helps us to connect better, I think. You don't have to, but, you know, I find that it seems to help. What I'm going to do, Adam, is I'm going to concentrate on your root chakra, and that one is located where you'd be sitting, like at the base of your spine, kind of in that area there where your seat is. That's your most primal and important energy center. That's your instinct for survival and safety. So if you had some situations where you didn't necessarily feel safe, or you were worried for someone else's safety, or it was jeopardized and maybe a traumatic experience happened, it could end up getting stuck there. Sometimes we just need a little help to get those things out. But let's see what this says. I'm cleansing the gemstone pendulum by bringing my fingers down and just kind of sweeping it and putting it into the ground so that it can be, any residual energies on here can be neutralized and absorbed harmlessly. And I'm going to focus on you, Adam, in your root chakra, and we'll see if this works without pictures. Aha! It's moving. That's a good sign. Okay. This is going in a nice circle. I'm waiting to see if it changes. Sometimes it can start out one way and then end up a different. No, this is nice and healthy. So that's a good thing. You don't have anything blocking it. You don't have any negative energy in there. And it's going in a nice, fast pace in a nice, big circle. So I'm going to stop that, and I'm cleansing it again. And we're going to check your sacral, which is your emotional body, your sensuality, and your creativity. And that's located between, well, you don't really probably wear a bikini, but it would be called your bikini line and your belly button. You know, most guys probably don't wear a bikini, but some do, and if they do, that's fine. I'm not going to judge, you know. So let's see what that one lets us know about. Okay, yeah, that one went right into going up and down. So this is one that needs to have work. And if it's, you know, since it's your emotional body and your creativity and your sensuality, maybe, well, I don't want to hypothesize. I want to see what I can find in there. Let's see. I'm rubbing my hands together doing the energy ball thing. Yeah, let me see what I can find in there. Wow. That was weird. It was something that kind of took my breath away for a second. Have you been having nausea?
No.
No? Okay, let me see what let's try this again. Oh, good. Okay, is it a text? Oh, okay, thank you. Let me check that. That's probably going to help us here. Ah, hello. All right, now I see you, Adam. That helps. Musician, I see.
Yep.
All right. Have you been feeling like you're not having as much creativity, like maybe, I don't want to say writer's block, but just kind of like it's a little bit more of a struggle to come up with something new, to be able to express yourself. I don't want to say like in a sexy way, but maybe towards your music and maybe, you know, in a sexy way. It's kind of like weird because like I got this weird, it took my breath away and it gave me this weird rush. And I'm not really sure, it felt strange. I mean, it felt strangely good to me. Like, I feel like does any of this make sense? Because I'm not sure it does.
I just got a promotion at work, which has taken away a lot of my time at home. I haven't been able to play lately. I haven't been able to work on any of my side projects. So that kind of sounds where you're going with that.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. And so you're probably having a hard time feeling like you're not able to really fully express yourself and get away from that right now. Because I feel like the music is an outlet for you and your side project.
Yeah, music is a huge outlet for me, and I have not been able to get to that lately. It sucks.
Oh, yeah, I can feel your frustration, and I can feel that, you know, that being an outlet for you, that helps take away, like, I don't want to say anxiety, but just, you know, it's a little bit of an escape, I feel like, for you. And, you know, right now, being that you're having to be so fully involved in work, it feels like you need that to just kind of get away and to be able to just, sit back and enjoy. Because I feel like you get a lot out of being able to express yourself that way, and it doesn't feel like work. And I feel like when you have that disconnect, it feels to me like you're frustrated.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I can tell, and one of the things that you need to keep in mind with a job promotion or, anything like that, even taking care of other people and family and things like that, you need to take out time for yourself so that you can feel whole, so that you can feel like you just have some downtime, even if it's just 10 minutes here, 15, 20 minutes, half hour. It's super important because that being able to just cut loose and explore and express yourself, that is key to your health, mentally and physically and emotionally. That is, and spiritually, that's really something that helps ground you, that really helps you feel like, here's something that you can relax and enjoy and be in control with. When sometimes other things in life are going a little bit crazy, that's something that helps keep you in check, helps keep you healthy. And so I'm feeling like, like you're really ramped up. I mean, you don't sound like it. You sound very calm in your voice. But I feel like sometimes your job is taking over and, you're wondering if it was the right decision to make to do this. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. I question taking this promotion all the time. It is a learning experience for me. It is a step in the right direction. It is extremely frustrating. It is, all of that on top of itself. But I do believe in the end it's going to be well worth it. It's just right now it sucks.
Yeah. And you're going to find a lot of strengths where you didn't know that you had them. You're going to find a lot of opportunities for learning. But I'm feeling like if you can't take out time to do things for just you, you're going to be frustrated with everything, feeling like it's coming at you, and you're going to feel like you're not fully in control. And, not that we have to be in control of everything, but I feel like your relationships with family members might suffer if you don't feel like you're in the right place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I feel like they're supportive of you, but they're also getting less of you right now.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But, it's going to start. There's a curve to this. Right now you're kind of thrown in this new situation. But, after a while, you'll be learning the skills. You'll be learning, different things, different aspects. And, whether you stay with this or not, you're going to have things that you take with you that either to keep climbing where you're at or to move on to something different, but have the new skill sets to really do a kick-ass job at that one. Whether it's this a different role up higher, or whether it's the next job. Right now, it's kind of testing you for, to kind of figure out how to balance life and work and your own self-care and your needs. Because oftentimes when we feel like we're thrown into situations like this, we give our all to our work, and then we give the rest to our family and people we care about, and then we don't have much left for ourselves, and that's where we really suffer, and that's when we start to suffer with our relationships after a while, and then people, I don't know, it feels like you have to be able to find, a few minutes here and a few minutes there for your music and the things that bring you joy. Otherwise, you're going to be overwhelmed. And I feel like music is going to help energize you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yes it does.
Okay, good. Yeah. That was the sacral, that was the emotional body, and your creativity and sensuality. And, it's hard to feel, sensual when you're, having to dive so hard into your work. It's hard to make time for sexy time and couples time and, things like that. But you'll find the balance. It's just really hard right now. But things will start to fall into place in the next year. The next one is the solar plexus, and that's between the belly button and the sternum or breastbone. That's your personal power, your self-esteem, your warrior energy, and your power of transformation. Let's see what that one tells us. Okay, that one's doing a nice big sweeping circle, so we don't have, wow, yeah, that one's going pretty fast and big. So that one's telling me that, wow, it's going horizontal now. It's like such a big circle, it's hard to even see the thing going around. It's hard to hang on to. So you don't have any issue in that area of those things, but that's also telling me that you are in the middle of a transformation right now. And it's a powerful one. You're doing all the right things. You're putting in the footwork. You're putting in the emotional effort. You're putting in, strength of character. You're laying the foundation for the changes that you will be making for the better. And you're in one of the hard parts right now because it is so frustrating and because it is so energy and time consuming. But it's going to be paying off with possibly a raise. But the things that you're going to be learning about yourself and advancements that way, the abilities that maybe you don't quite know that you have under your belt yet, those are going to be coming to fruition. So, yeah, you're in a big transformation right now. Let me check the heart chakra. That one is the opening of feelings, compassion, capacity to love, and it doesn't like conflict. So, let's see what that lets us know. Okay, yeah, this one's going up and down right away. So, that one needs a little work. So, let me see what I find here. Okay, I'm feeling like something's really weighing heavily on you. And I don't know if it's this big burden of responsibility or if it's maybe a little bit of fear of, am am I doing the right thing? Did I make the right choice? I feel like a lot of it is trying to balance. And do you feel like you took on, sometimes you tend to take on, like, you bite off more than you can chew?
Well, I was kind of forced into this particular position. It wasn't really a choice. It was take it or be dropped back down to the bottom. And I've worked so hard to get to where I was that there's no point in starting over again if I can continue to move up. So it was almost like a premature kind of thing.
Okay, because I was feeling heavy burden, and now I understand why. And I felt like it was work-related, like something got kind of dropped in your lap. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, because I was getting like this heavy thing. I'm like, okay, why is this heavy? And now that does make more sense. It wasn't necessarily that you really had much choice. And so that kind of, it feels like a sink or swim scenario.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that does make more sense now. All right. Yeah, this may not end up being your be-all, end-all position, but I believe it's going to be giving you skills that you can transfer to something that's more to your liking, that feels more of a fit, that doesn't take you away from the people that you care about so much. But this is kind of like putting in the legwork, putting in the big push, the big effort to be able to reap the rewards later, even if it's not at the same place. But I do feel like in a year or so that a lot better things are coming your way, a lot better opportunities, that something work-related is going to come along, whether it's at this job or outside of it, that's just going to feel like you can just finally go, oh, I'm glad that's done. And the effort, you won't have to put forth as much effort, and you'll get more reward from it. But right now is the crap part before the good starts to flow.
That makes a lot of sense.
Good. Yeah, you'll be learning a lot of new skills, a lot of, you'll have some challenging people to deal with, and figuring out how to work around them or work with them and things like that. There might be some clashes, but nothing huge and, earth-shattering, but just irritating. But I feel like that's lining you up for something better. That when, those type of situations come around later, you'll be like, oh, I got this. I know how to do this. I know how to handle this kind of person. So, yeah, it's definitely a learning experience in this next year. But just remember, you got this. And you're not stuck here. Let's see how... Okay, yeah, the heart, I just checked that, and that's doing a lot better now. Yeah. Now, the throat chakra, the next one that I'm going to check, that's the ability to manifest and express your truth in the world. And let's see what this lets us know. Okay. so far it's doing a big circle. It's doing really, really well. What I'm feeling like, though, like, this is telling me that you're getting better and better with dealing with different kinds of people, and sometimes you're having to kind of, I don't want to say sugarcoat, but I guess, be more assertive with saying things in a tactful way to try to help motivate people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had to start being a not really a jerk, but more realistic with the people I have to manage over.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not allowed to really be the nice guy anymore. I kind of have to be the jerk.
Yeah, and it doesn't come easy for you either, does it?
No, not at all. That's not me at all, and I don't want to be that guy, but for the job and the position, I have to be,
Yeah. That's the challenge, but I feel like you're handling it really well. And you're just going to continue to be able to handle it better and better as time goes on, and you gain more skill, because communication is a skill, and most people aren't born with it. So, it's definitely a learning thing, and it'll serve you well. Each one of these experiences will serve you well later on. It's building to something better. Let me check the next one, number 6. That's your third eye, and that's located between your eyebrows and a little bit up higher. And that's your intuition, your patterns of learning, your memory skills, things like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't have any problem in this area. So when you feel something in your gut, that's when you really need to listen to it, because you're spot on. It's just sometimes you got to think on, okay, this person, you got to think on how to. If you think that a person is feeling a certain way, you're probably right. It's just trying to tailor how you handle it to each person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense, yeah.
Oh, good. Your last one is your crown chakra, and that one is actually just above your head. That one is the access to higher states of consciousness, open to what is beyond our understanding. Where the root chakra grounds us to earth and earthly things, the crown chakra opens us up to the universe and God and the energy that connects all living beings. So it's like a network where it's like almost like living internet between, all conscious creatures, and energy is everywhere. Let's see where you are with that. Okay, that one needs some help. That one's going up and down. But, a lot of people, they aren't necessarily super strong in that area because, like, a lot of people are more focused on more earthly things. And especially I can understand that with your work because that takes a lot of your time, a lot of what you think about. And that just kind of stresses me the importance of self-care. And even if it's taking time to meditate for 5 minutes, I know it sounds weird, or, you know, going out and walking in nature for a few minutes a day, things like that can open you up to feeling better and being able to just kind of let work go for a few minutes and find enjoyment. Let's see. Okay, the crown one now is making a good circle. So I'm feeling like if you take those little steps, play music outside for 5 minutes, you know, something like that, where it's just taking time out for you to have a breather, you're going to be doing tremendously better in all areas. What I'm going to do next, Adam, is I'm going to go through the 7 chakras and just do them real quick to make sure that nothing skipped around to a different chakra center. You know, sometimes energy will do that. I'm checking the root. And there, wow, yeah, that one's going really well. The sacral, I'm checking that one. And that one's going well. The solar plexus, that one, yep, that one's going really well. The heart, yeah, that one's going really super well. The throat, yep, that one's doing well. The third eye, yeah, and the crown. Yeah. So these are all spot on right now. But how do you feel? Do you feel any different?
Yeah, I'm feeling good right now. Yeah.
Good. That's great. Yeah, what this does is when I cleanse your chakras, sometimes they need to have a refresher every now and then to be cleansed again. But when we make healthy choices with what we eat and what we drink and with our sleep and with taking time out for ourselves and doing things that help us feel good, when we do these things for self-care, that's when we can extend how long, you know, and how open these stay and how healthy these stay. It's kind of like choosing a healthy lifestyle and, you know, taking it moment by moment. Not indulging in, you know, things that are not really positives in our life. So, yeah, I mean, anybody that I do chakras for, I'm always more than happy to, you know, check in on people and see how they're doing or, you know, do them again and, you know, help with that kind of thing because, you know, just like life and our bodies and everything, you know, everything's pretty fluid and flows and life circumstances can kind of change how they flow.
And I can totally send them like a friend, not request, but where you tell someone about a friend or whatnot. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, I can totally hook you guys up, and that way you guys can get in touch later on and make sure everything's staying as it should.
Absolutely. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, so were you glad that you called in today?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I wish you the best of luck. I have a feeling that this next year is going to be quite an experience, but you'll be able to take with you a lot of really great things to go into something better. And not necessarily with another company, because I don't want to have maybe the one you're with think, oh, sure. But, maybe it's just a better position or better location, within the same company. But I just feel like this is your starting gate for the racehorse, and the racehorse is ready to take off.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, keep in touch. Let me know how it's going.
Thanks for calling in, Nomi.
Thank you, Tessa. You rock.
You rock. One of my faves. It was so good to hear from you. All right.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Our next caller is from area code 949. Who are we talking to?
Is it me, Tessa? Are you talking to me?
Is this 949 area code?
I don't know what number I'm calling from.
Okay, well, it's probably you. How's it going?
I wasn't sure if I was on mute or if you were talking to somebody else, and I'm still listening. Because I thought, what area code am I? I don't even know. This is Sandra.
Hey, Sandra. So good to hear from you.
Hi. Hi, Tessa. Hi, Kelly. Hi, everybody in Spreaker.
Great to meet you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I don't know, did you hear the process and how I do this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, good. Then I won't re-explain it because I don't want to bore everybody that's listening unless they're just tuning in. So, yeah. Are you where you're relaxed and kind of reclining or laying back?
Yes.
All right.
Outside.
Oh, outside?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, if I did that, I'd be freezing my tickets off.
And I just sent a picture of her as well, so that way you guys get a good connection.
Great, thank you.
Outside because I'm in California right now, so I can sit outside.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
I don't think that would work right here. So which one are you in the picture?
It's me and my daughter, so I'm probably on the right-hand side.
Okay, with the blonde hair?
Yeah, yes, the lighter hair, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you look like you could be sisters, so I wasn't sure.
No, that's my daughter.
Oh, wow. You both look very blessed because you could both pass for like 25 to 30, and I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, she's 30, and I'm 60.
What? I need to find out what you're doing because I want to look like you when I'm 60.
Right? She's gorgeous.
Wow. Okay. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me cleanse this real quick. And I'll describe the chakras, but, I won't go into the whole warm-up thing because you heard that part. So the root chakra is the one that I'm going to do first. That's the first one. And that's located at the base of the spine where we sit. That's the most primal and important energy center with the instinct for survival and safety. Let's see where we are with that. It's doing a big sweeping circle. Wow, it's like doing what I call helicoptering because it's horizontal and going super fast and hard to hang on to. So that's good. And your sacral is the second one. And that one is your emotional body, sensuality, and creativity. Let's see where that is. I'm cleaning it real quick. Okay, that one is doing an up and down. So let's see what we've got going on here. And that's weird because that was the one that we got stuck on with Adam for a second. I think his route was okay too. So let's see here. I feel some sort of turmoil, almost like a conflict going on. And I'm trying to figure out if it's something happening now or if it's something that happened in the past, like a loss of a loved one.
No.
No? Okay. Let's see here. Huh. It's kind of like I feel like something is almost like a burden and heavy. I know that sounds really vague, and I apologize for that. I'm just trying to figure out what this is that I'm feeling here from it. I think it's just blocked. Because I'm not really feeling a whole lot of negative energy. It's just blocked. Let me see if I can undo that. Yep. Now, if you were to be sitting next to me, you'd think, what in the hell is she doing? I have my eyes closed, and I look like I'm pulling an invisible chain, and it feels really heavy. Woo, all right. Did you feel anything weird or different?
No.
Okay. Some people feel something, some people don't. Some people feel like a flutter. Some don't. Let me see. Okay, let me see where we are with it now. Okay, yeah, this is doing a circle now, so that's good. I was able to unblock. The power of transformation. But I'm cleaning this off.
I'm
and that one
pulling now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Where at?
In my stomach.
Yep, that was the sacral. The sacral is between the bikini line and the belly button. Is that kind of where it's at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, that was really weird because it was really, really trying to hang on. And so it had a little bit of negative energy in there. Otherwise, it wouldn't want to hang on like that. But it didn't feel like something that I had to worry about. Like with some people, it feels like something I need to worry about. Sometimes I'll even tell people that they should probably get checked by a doctor. But I didn't feel like that was what was happening. I mean, not to say, I'm not saying skip your next physical and blood work, but I'm just saying it didn't feel like there was something that was immediate. But yeah, definitely, do your normal doctor visits and wellness, tests and all that. Are you still feeling it?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Let me check that one again, because okay, that could be why. It's fluctuating. It was starting to go front and back. Now it's doing little circles, and I'm gonna see it, make sure that I got everything out of there before I go on to the next one. Well, I didn't quite get everything out. That's why. There. Are you feeling any different?
Nope.
Okay.
Other than I felt some pulling.
Okay, yeah, that one was a big pull for me. So that's probably why you felt that. I'm checking and seeing where we are with that one now. Okay, we're doing a lot healthier circle now. So I got it all out, and you might continue to feel a little bit strange, like not bad, but like a different kind of, sensation, like the pulling. You might continue to feel that for a while. Everybody's body reacts a little bit differently. The solar plexus was the personal power, the self-esteem, the warrior energy, and the power of transformation. And that one is halfway between the belly button and the sternum, and that one's going side to side, so that one needs some help too. Let's see what I find in there. Okay. Yeah, that does need some help.
Mm-hmm.
Heading to Vancouver and looking for a night on the town? The Moose Vancouver is the bar that never stops rocking until 2 a.m. every night. The Moose has great food with everything on the menu from $6.95 to $8.95. Fantastic, vibrant staff and rock and roll that will bring you back to when the music was real, the hair was long, and the guitars were rockin'. Get your party on at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Get your horns up with me on Spaced Out Radio. This is Ron Bumblefoot THAL. Come tune in to SOR where you can hear me rock out with Little Brother Is Watching, the official theme song of Spaced Out Radio. And then come on over to bumblefoot.com where you can find out about my tour schedule, my music, and everything else. Bumblefoot.com keeps you up to date on what I'm doing and the best way to stay in touch with my music and music camps. Sign up for my newsletter at bumblefoot.com and remember, Little Brother Is Watching.
Looking for the stories of the strange and weird that you will find hard to find anywhere else? Check out the SOR Newswire on our website. Our writers, led by Captain Shirk, are scouring the world for the oddest and most bizarre stories we can find. Everything from weird crime to suspenseful and paranormal. We're working hard for you to bring you the most intriguing news of your day. Check out the SOR Newswire at spacedoutradio.com today.
You hear footsteps in the empty room above you. A rocking chair begins rocking by itself. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night. Reach for Spirit Storybox, the iPhone app the Huffington Post UK called the only ghost hunting app you will ever need. Spirit Storybox. The spirits are telling their stories. Are you listening?
Hi there, this is Geraldine Orozco from San Francisco's Bay Area Meditation. I invite you to join me the first Tuesday of every month with Dave Scott for Spaced Out Radio's The Spiritual You. In this fast-paced world we live in, it's time for you to take some time for you. We'll cover every possible subject from powerful meditation to healing techniques to your own intuition and spirituality. So come join us for The Spiritual You.
The freedom to post what you want, when you want. That's the social media freedom you need. Social Media Freedom is the free app in your app store. No need to worry about going to jail or being shadow banned any longer. It's the freedom to say what you feel. The freedom to know Big Brother isn't watching. It's the way social media is supposed to be. Social Media Freedom. It's time to set yourself free. Download from your app store today.
You know, it's hard being the bad man of ufology, but that's just the way that I like it. This is Chris George Zuger, and I'll be hanging out with Dave Scott and SOR scientist Chris Cogswell for Reality Paranormal, the second Wednesday of every month. And our job is to break it down and come to conclusions as to what is really going on in the supernatural world. I'd love for you to join us right here on Spaced Out Radio.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
We are getting ready to relaunch the SOR Space Travelers Club at spacedoutradio.com. For $5 a month, you can join us for a plethora of features found nowhere else. Hang out in a private chat room during the show and after party. You can check out some exclusive content and a store specifically for you, as well as a private listener forum where you can post your thoughts, stories, and pictures. The SOR Space Travelers Club, coming soon to spacedoutradio.com.
Do you want to know what's really going on in your world? Do you have questions about who you can trust in the mainstream media? Then look no further than the Rebel Planet. Come get the straight answers right here at spacedoutradio.com. Join me, Jamie Sexton, creator of Rebel Planet News, as I fill you in on the stories behind the stories. All you truth seekers, be sure to tune in to Rebel Planet on spacedoutradio.com the third Thursday of every month.
Find your escape where time has no limits. It's about living today and cherishing the heritage of yesterday. A spirit of adventure for what is new, with the nostalgia of the past. Your timepiece is a reflection of who you are. Life surrounded by beauty from the world around us to the soul within. EscapeWatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
Are you interested in advertising on Spaced Out Radio? Head to our website at spacedoutradio.com and click on our advertising tab. There, you will find an assortment of ways you can get your product out there with us, from radio commercials to banners and social media. Have a product you like our hosts to endorse? We can do that too. Visit spacedoutradio.com for more details.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and I want you to come on a nightly journey. Starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, every Monday through Friday, you can come hang out with me and the other space travelers. We have it all from Carl the Alien bouncing on by to those misfit gnomes causing havoc. It's 3 hours of fun and entertainment on those topics the mainstream really doesn't want to touch. Come get all paranormal with us at spacedoutradio.com, and together, my friends, along with our resident guitar god Bumblefoot, we own the night.
Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and listen closely. Spaced Out Radio continues through the weekend. From the mile-high mountains of Colorado to you, listening around the world, this is Spaced Out Weekend with Tessa N Thomas.
And can you say it and feel comfortable?
I think so, yeah.
That's good. That's
I
good.
hope so, yeah.
Yeah, then you're already ahead of where I was most of my life. That's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely nurture yourself, because no one's going to do as good a job as you. And, you know, once you start to do that for yourself, then you attract that from others. But, you know, let's see here. The heart chakra is the next one, and that's the opening of feelings, compassion, capacity to love, and it doesn't like conflict. So let's see where we are with that one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's doing well. That one's doing really well. And I had the feeling that you were, you know, the kind of person that has a lot of love within yourself and a lot of compassion for others. Your throat chakra, checking that one. Okay, yeah, that one is really good. That one, I can barely hang on to it, actually. That one's your ability to manifest and express your truth in the world. And I feel like you're an excellent communicator.
Yeah, that I don't know about, but...
Well, you know, at least, no, yeah, I feel like people know where they stand with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, you know, I feel like at least, you know, sometimes you might be afraid to tell somebody what you really think about them because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But when you really care about someone, I have a feeling that they know it.
Okay.
Your third eye is your intuition, your patterns of learning, and your skills and memory and things of that nature. And that one's going really well. The crown chakra, access to higher states of consciousness, open to what is beyond our understanding, connection to God, universe. And that one's doing well. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through them real quick and make sure that nothing moved around. So the root chakra, that one's going well. It could go stronger, but you're still doing really well. Okay, now it's going stronger. Going in a big sweeping one. And the sacral, where we got stuck before, is doing a lot better now. The solar plexus, I think we got stuck on that one earlier too. And that one's going, yep, that one's doing a big one. The heart chakra, that one's going around really nicely. The throat chakra, yep, that one's doing nice. Third eye, yeah, there we go. The crown chakra, yep, that one's working well. How do you feel right now? Do you feel different than when we started?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I definitely felt the pulling and some bubbling, so I'm not as nerve-wracked as I was before at first.
Oh,
so
good.
I think I've relaxed a bit.
Good news.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people will feel, something that feels like gas bubbles or, but it's not gas, or, they'll feel a tingling or a pulling. And that's all completely normal with this process. And that's good that you feel more relaxed. That's a good sign. Yeah. Would you like to stay in contact so that I can check on you, or you can let me know if you need to get checked again?
Sure, that'd be great.
Excellent. Yeah, all right. Yeah, feel free to friend me or give Tessa your information, and we can remain in contact then.
That's great. Thank you so much, Kelly, and thank you, Tessa.
No worries. Thanks so much for calling in, Sandra. It was so great to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, Sandra.
Thanks.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night or morning. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And we have callers lined up. Our next one is an area code 970. Who are we talking to? Oh, I think we lost that one. Let's see who is next. We have area code 425.
You're talking to Robin.
Hey, Robin, how's it going?
It's going good.
Hi there. Sorry, I had to get over caffeine.
Right?
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah, it's kind of late or early, however you want to look at it, on the East Coast, where I'm in Michigan, but we're on the East Coast time zone, so woo! Yeah. But hey, I can't think of a better place to be right now.
Yeah, I'm so glad you came on. So, Robin,
Thank
you
you,
were
me too.
You were wanting to get your chakras cleansed?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Do we have a picture of Robin?
Yeah, Tessa has quite a few.
Let me send you one. Hold on. Going into my pictures. Okay, and I think I have those on my computer, so let me look one up really quick while you're cleansing your pendulum.
You have the one with my Nerd Boss hat.
Yes. Yeah, let me get to that real quick, and I'll send that to her.
I just put, in case you see me text you on Messenger, I just put Sandra's name underneath her picture so that later when I look at it, I'm not like, okay, what's that?
Right.
I get a friend request and I'm like, okay, she looks familiar. Yeah.
Okay, I just sent his picture.
Oh, okay. Do you have one where I can see your eyes a little bit better? Oh, okay. Thank you. I love the hat, though. That's awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Here's one of him as the Riddler. That's an awesome picture.
What?
The Riddler.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm putting your name underneath that, your first name, so. Okay. So. Shaking off the energy from the last one, because I don't want to have anybody get on that. All right. Getting centered, getting focused. Yeah, it was weird with the previous caller because, you know, she was feeling the pulling where I was doing the work, and, you know, she was feeling the bubbles and stuff, and it's like, I just burped, you know, so I had to get rid of that on my end, I guess, so excuse me, you probably didn't hear it, but that's okay. I'm cleaning off the pendulum. There. All right. So were you able to hear the process and how this works?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. All right, Robin. I'm going to start with your root chakra. And for anybody tuning in, that is the most primal and important energy center. It's what connects us with earthly things. It's our instinct for survival and safety. Let's see what we've got. And right away, that's going up and down. So that needs some work. Let's see what I find here. Okay, wow. That was an interesting feeling. It was almost like this weird electrifying feeling. And I'm feeling like, is something going on with the place you're living right now?
Like, going on, like, how exactly?
Well, you told me that cool ghost thing you had happen with the train in the basement or whatever, and I don't know if it's something paranormal.
I'm feeling kind of like it is, and that's why it threw me. I feel like there's something happening where you're living, and it's unsettling in a way. Like, weird. And I know that sounds really, really flippin' vague. It was this really weird energy that just, it's strong, and it's just, it feels like, how can I put it in words? See, that's what the problem is sometimes. It's hard to put things in words. But I feel like you're in like an energy center, and you definitely have something there. And sometimes it does weird things to you in your living space. Am I right?
Oh, I am a paranormal investigator.
Okay. Do you ever find it doing little tricks, like moving something, and you're like, I know I set it here, where is it?
Yes, that has happened.
Okay, all right, yeah. It's doing little practical jokes. Yeah, it's playing with you, but it's not, I don't feel like it's malicious. I just feel like it knows what you do, and it's like, it feels like you get its humor. You get its energy. You know it's there. It knows that you know it knows it's there. And it's just kind of like a playful energy. But sometimes I think it might have a dark side.
Well, I have been told that I have a 2-story house, because I live with my parents because I have seizures. So,
Okay.
I live on the second floor. I was told that down in the basement that there is a portal that spirits could go through.
Okay. Yeah, it feels busy. Like, and when I was picking up on it in the beginning, I mentioned it feels like an energy center. And that makes sense to me, that it could be a portal like that. For the most part, I think they just kind of go in and out, don't really pay much attention to you, but you can definitely feel the energy. It feels like a train station, you know, where you've got your passengers going in and out. They're going to different destinations, like a subway or a train station.
And there's something that happened to me yesterday. I mean, early in the morning when my power was going off and on. So before that happened.
What was going off and on?
So my power was going out off and on when it turned Sunday early in the morning. But when it was still Saturday in the AM hours, I was hearing train tracks. And then when my mom told me about the weather, she said that sounded like a freight train.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense with the train or subway, you know, substation type thing that I was getting. Passengers getting on and off. Yeah, it's interesting when you can start a paranormal investigation where you live, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, on my mom's side, we've kind of been able to be in tune with the paranormal, because my mom had her own ghost experience when she was a kid.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, the electricity going on and off was the work of like almost like a child / you know, preteen, you know, that was kind of, you know, passing through but wanted to let you know, hey, I'm here, haha, you know, I'm gonna fool with your electricity now. That was kind of like what I was getting from that. And, you know, I feel like there can be some dark passengers, but I'm not really feeling like they're sticking around all the time. You know, with it being a portal, I mean, it can attract all kinds, but I'm really not feeling like that, you know, down deep in there, once in a while, you might get one or two that don't want to go anywhere else. And, you know, sometimes those can be like the darker ones. But I feel like they don't really want to make contact very much. They kind of keep to themselves. You know, once in a while, you might get kind of a wild one that is kind of malicious, but I'm not feeling like that's happening right now. Let me see.
There is one thing that did happen to me.
That?
When I was a newborn, I got very sick with macaque meningitis, and I could have died.
Wow. I feel like you definitely had angels surrounding you and protecting you from that. I feel like your angels are elders in your family that passed before you were born, ancestors that your mom was especially close to, and they've been with you since you were born. And I feel like they've helped you get through some scrapes that could have turned out to be a lot worse. But I feel like they're always going to be with you.
Okay.
And that if you encounter evil situations, evil presences, they're going to be protecting you. They're going to be there on your behalf. And I feel like you've got 3 really strong ones and a 4th one that they get into the mix when necessary. That 4th one tends to come and go as needed. But you've got 2 that are with you almost all the time. The 3rd one, not quite as much, but, you know, almost constant. Like 2 of them are just about constant. You know, they're with you. The 4th one comes in and out. You do have 5 and 6, but I feel like most of the time they don't feel necessary to be there because you're covered.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like in some of the investigations that you do come in direct contact with evil, and that's when all of them work together. It's like they put a protective shield around you. And at times when you're having seizures, at times when maybe some other medical things are happening or things get complicated, that's when they're joining together in like a healing force.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're definitely not alone, and you've definitely got at least 2 of them with you all the time.
All right.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm seeing these, like, gingerbread cutouts made of light. And, you know, what's really cool is you'll know someday when you go and you join them after a nice, you know, satisfying life, you'll know who they are. Even if you've never met them before, you'll just automatically know.
All right.
So let me see how that root chakra is going right now. Oh, okay, yeah, it's going a lot better. Yeah, it's hard to hang on to. It's helicoptering, so that's a very good sign. Okay, Robin, let's check your sacral, which is your emotional body, your sensuality, and your creativity. Okay, yeah, this one's doing really well now. Yeah. Sometimes when one of them is off, like especially if it's the first one and it's kind of the one that all the other ones build on, if that one's off, it'll throw the other ones off sometimes. But if when that one gets corrected and open and healthy, if the other ones were off, then sometimes they right themselves. So, but now you've got a healthy first and second one. And that sacral one was between, well, you might not wear bikinis, but bikini line and the belly button. The solar plexus is the 3rd. That one's your personal power, your self-esteem, your warrior energy, and your power of transformation. Let's see where you are with that. This is a nice, strong circle, and it could get bigger and healthier. Okay, now it's starting to. Okay, now it's helicoptering. And what that's telling me is you're definitely on the right track. You, if you haven't started your transformation, because, you know, I feel like you have different transformations in your life, different stages, different different ascensions, like different levels of awareness and different gifts, and that right now you haven't quite begun your next step, but you will, and it's going in a positive direction. And I'm sensing April, you're going to start to see some really sweeping positive changes. It might get a little bit difficult before it gets better, but I feel like you can count on it being better. And that you're going to be coming into your own, you're going to be feeling stronger.
All right.
The next one is the heart chakra. That's the opening of feelings and compassion and capacity to love, doesn't like conflict. And that one's going up and down. So that one needs some work. Let's see. Let me see what I find in there. Have you experienced a loss or a relationship difficulty or lack of?
Yeah, ever since I lost my first girlfriend, it's been hard for me to love since then.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. That I can understand that. I feel like you really got hurt with that one. And I feel like that kind of shook your trust. Not that she wasn't trustworthy, it's just, it's hard to be able to open up on that level again because it's hard for you to trust that you're not going to get hurt again. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling like it's hard to put a time stamp on it, but I feel like someone is out there for you. It just might not be the right time right now. She's having to go through a similar type thing. And
well, I met this girl named Janet in high school, and we clicked really fast, and we've found each other 3 times after high school.
This could work. Sometimes, I don't know if this...
And she's a mom right now, too.
She's a what?
She's a mom now.
Oh, wow. Are you a father?
No, I am not.
I feel like you could be a father figure and you'd be really good at it. That's not to say that you won't be a biological father down the road. But I feel, am I right with this? Like, you've met each other off and on, but it wasn't quite the right time. Like, maybe one of you was in a relationship, so it didn't really do anything beyond friendship. And then, that kind of got dropped for a while. And then, you kind of pick up again, run into each other either online or in person. And, oh, hey, how you been? And, then you're in different points in your life and it just doesn't quite seem to line up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling like there is a chance that it will be lining up. And if it doesn't work as a relationship, and I'm not going to say that it's not going to, because it very well could. It just, at the very least, you guys are going to be good friends. But the potential is there for a lot more.
Okay.
So I would, if she finds herself single, I would definitely jump on that opportunity. And I think that could work out very well. In the meantime, make sure that you're growing and becoming the healthiest that you can be, because when two people go into a relationship and they're healthy, it makes it a lot easier to have that relationship stay healthy. If you're already going into it, in a healthy state.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anytime you have, when you're not with her or before you get with her or however this, works, just make sure you're really working on yourself in a deep level so that you're ready, so that you're that person that is able to be who you need to be for yourself and for her, a healthy partner. And I feel like she's going through a lot of transformations right now. And you're on the brink of some really good epiphanies and some really good positive learning experiences for yourself. And that's barring anything unexpected happening, that eventually it's going to line up.
Okay.
So let's check that heart one again. Oh, hey, good. We're doing helicoptering now, so that's good. The throat chakra is your ability to manifest and express your truth in the world. Let's see where you are with that. Okay, that one is a good circle, sweeping very fast. So, yeah, just let her know how you feel, then just kind of see where she goes with it. When you guys are both ready, when you feel like you're both ready.
Okay.
Third eye is intuition, patterns of learning, and memories, skill sets, and that one is just going off the chart. So trust your gut. You'll know when the time is right.
Okay.
Your crown chakra is your access to higher states of consciousness, open to what is beyond understanding. Heaven, God, connection with each other on a higher state. And that one, that one's really good. So I'm going to go back through them real quick and make sure everything's on the same page. The root one is going off the chart. The sacral is going off the chart. Solar plexus is going off the chart. Heart is going off the chart. Throat is going off the charts now. Third eye going off the chart. And crown going off the chart. Do you feel better, Robin?
Yeah, I do.
I can tell you're feeling more confident. Am I right?
Yeah.
Good.
I actually am.
Good. That's excellent. How how do you feel different from when we started? Did you feel any weird sensations? Do you just like emotionally feel more clear?
Well, when I first called, I felt, yeah, I didn't have let's just say I didn't have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I picked up on that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I was able to help because you have a lot going for you and you have a lot of protection around you. You have a lot of opportunities coming up and I see you being really happy.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. This was great meeting you. And if you'd like to stay in touch, just let Tessa know, and I'd love to do that and check on you.
Okay.
Thanks so much for calling in, Robin.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks, too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we have one more caller, and it's a 484 area code. Who are we talking to?
Christopher.
Hey, Christopher, how's it going?
I'm going all right. How are you?
Good. So you need
I never have.
New Year's chakra cleansing?
Hello. Yeah, I have a feeling it could be useful. I've been through a lot.
All right. Sounds like you're in the right place.
Yeah. First time I ever had this.
Ah, there's a first for everything, right?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to doing this. Do you have a picture for us?
Let me grab one of them really quick.
All right.
Christopher
Are you on the paranormal investigation team?
No. I'm not physically able to do it.
But you do have the interest, don't you?
Very much so, and I had confirmation, so I ended up discovering today.
Okay, and I just sent it. Did you get that, Kelly?
Yep, I sure did. Thanks.
I look like someone else, so I have a twin. Ask Tess about that.
Oh, wow. I've had people say that there's somebody in different towns in Michigan that look like me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. But no, I putting joking aside, I just find it weird that there's people walking around that look like me, you know? I'm like, it wasn't me. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So do people spot you and they think it's you and they go up to them and then they feel weird because they don't know who they are?
Yeah, I was, my school friends thought I was the Prince of Monaco. Him and I look alike and we are related.
Wow. That's pretty cool, though, to be, mistaken for somebody rich and famous.
Yeah, I let people know real quick, though.
Yeah, that's probably for the better. They don't have people bowing and, down at your feet and whatever. You'd be like, all right, you can get up. That's not me.
Yeah. That makes me cringe.
Yeah, that would make me uncomfortable. Yeah. All right. Are you where you're relaxed or at least, kind of reclining?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm cleansing off the pendulum. I'm shaking out my own energy, get this all out. And all right, let's see what we got. Let's check the root chakra. most primal and important energy center, instinct for survival and safety. It's what keeps us grounded in the earth. Let's see what we got. Nope, that's not doing well. That's doing a front to back, front to back. So, let's see what we got. Whoa! You've been through a lot, that's for sure.
That's correct. That's a confirmation.
Yeah, my gosh. Yeah, I
not
felt
my control.
Yeah, I felt like a jolt. I'm not even sure if that's paranormal or if that's like a traumatic experience or series of traumatic events, but that was really strong. Okay, that's making sense. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that my arms are literally shaking right now from it. It's really weird. You wow. I'm trying to put into words, and it's just like, woo! That's strong. All
energy
right.
related, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I've actually put off people through this.
Well, it feels like
Overwhelmed.
you feel like an antenna. A huge,
And a
like,
broadcaster.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. That's incredible. And I'm like, okay, let me wrap my mind around what are we going to do about this? Let's see. All right, let's see here.
I'm not going to warn you because you're pretty on the mark, but I'll let you find out. You're pretty good.
Thank you. Let's see. Okay. I feel like you are not living in an energy vortex or a paranormal vortex, but you're a living, breathing, walking paranormal and energy vortex yourself. Wow. You're like the lightning rod in the middle of a flat field where everybody is aiming at you.
Yep. I've been
Holy
bullied and
cow.
attacked before for this.
You've been what?
Attacked and bullied before because of this.
Ooh. Wow. Wow. Huh. I am totally
You're really gifted.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been, reluctant to do anything with it because, as you know, you get a lot of flack for it sometimes. What's that?
What was that?
Oh my God. Was it like paranormal or something that you were doing?
It was a thing that popped up with birds, like eating berries. I don't know. But yeah, that was weird.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's probably paranormal, but I do have to let you know one thing, though, so you won't be alarmed.
Okay.
My ancestry has a lot of, let's just say, royalty.
Ah.
I was wanted to warn you because there's some energy issues related to that you might encounter.
From royalty?
Yeah, people that have that connection tend to be a little bit weird.
Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting.
I just want to give you a heads up.
Yeah,
I'm ready to dig in.
All right. Let's do this. So, with this, I can see why your instinct for survival and your safety is triggered. With all that going on around you, in you, within you, your ancestry, that's definitely setting off the alarms inside. The alarm bells are going off. Yeah, it's weird because people don't know how to receive you. They don't know if you're a threat. They don't know if you're, they don't know what to do, and they don't know. They just know that you're different. They know that they feel different around you. They know that there's some energy thing they can't put their finger on. And a lot of times when people don't understand something, they're afraid of it. And some people, when they're afraid of it, then they feel like they need to eliminate it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I even have dreams of world events and stuff because of the connection. I won't discuss it here on the show, but I'll talk to you at another time.
Okay, yeah, that would be interesting. So are you saying that you know or feel something at the time it's happening or before?
Before.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Wow. Have you ever had, I feel like it's possible that you've had direct contact with negative entities, like struggles, like sometimes you're the battlefield.
I want me to connect to my loved ones from past lives and my lineage. I've had to fight these dark forces. Even people that were influenced to fight me too, and I have to watch it.
And I have a feeling you have to watch who you talk to about this because, unfortunately, people might think people like us are out there and not quite sane, but we're in the safety in the circle of people right now on the show that are understanding and open. So, but I feel like everyday people we come in contact with don't understand us and think, whoa, what is that person on? Or do they need medication? Yeah.
I even had a couple nurses at the local hospital gently ask me if I need to be kept.
Wow. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, it's like we're not crazy. But yeah, it's one of the things why I didn't really come out with these things until now. Plus I feel like I'm more of an antenna than I was before. I'm more able to pick up on things, and I'm not afraid to say what's coming to mind, where before I was afraid, well, gosh, if I'm wrong, I'm going to sound stupid, and now it's just like, well, I guess you just open the mouth and what comes out, comes out. And
yeah, but the hospital follows a patient because I laughed at certain jokes that only the nurses would think is funny.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you pick up on things, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's like I feel like you got inside jokes with people, and they don't even know it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's see where we are with it. Oh, yeah. Well, your root chakra is going a lot better now. So whatever we did it well.
Just talking it out with you. Another like-minded soul.
Yeah, it's like, hey, there's somebody else that understands me. And that's huge. Yes. So let me check the next one. The next one's the sacral, and that one's between, well, if you were to wear a bikini, you probably won't, but if you were to wear a bikini, it would be between the bikini line and the belly button.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the emotional body, the sensuality, and the excuse me, man, whatever is happening is making me burp a lot. Creativity was the last word I was trying to get out. Yeah, here we go. There. Okay, this one's doing well. And I think it's doing well because we got the root one out.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one is the solar plexus. That's our personal power, self-esteem, warrior energy, and the power of transformation. Yeah, that one's doing well. And the heart chakra is the next one. Opening of feelings, compassion, capacity to love, doesn't like conflict. And that one's doing really well. And the throat chakra is the ability to manifest and express your truth in the world. And that one's doing really well. And I have a feeling that one's doing really well right now because you don't feel like you have to hold back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, check the crowd one, see how it's doing. I don't think that one's right.
Well, we're going to do the third eye first, if that's all right. And that's your intuition, your patterns of learning, and memory skills. Let's see how that one is. Yep, that one's doing good. And now we're on to the crown. And access the higher states of consciousness, open to what is beyond understanding. It's kind of doing this weird oblong thing, and now it's that's doing a up and down. Yep. See, you know your stuff. That one's off.
Yeah, the purple one.
Woo! That's a weird feeling. I suddenly feel nauseated. It was a weird spike at first. Like, it felt like this energy spike. Then it was nausea. I'm not burping anymore, but, wow, what's happening here?
This is my strongest chakra.
Yeah. Wow. You are connected, man. You are connected like, yeah, you are the antenna. You're the antenna between the earth and the heavens. You are the antenna. I have not met somebody as strong as you.
Well, Kelly, we're at the end of our time, and we can continue this here in just a little bit, but do you want to let our listeners know about where to find you?
Absolutely. Thank you. And I just checked that one, and that one is doing well now. I'm Kelly L. Walters at Good Vibrations Holistic Energy Work on Facebook, or you can find me at Kelly L. Walters, or you can put in hashtag Life, Laughter, Happiness, and we're on Blog Talk Radio, and we're also on YouTube. We're starting to develop our YouTube.
And what's the name of your show? Your partner wanted me to make sure that we got the name of the show out there.
Oh, thank you. It's Life, Laughter, Happiness.
I love the name of that show. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we want to make sure that it's a collaborative effort between everyone who's a guest on the show and ourselves, that nobody's more important than the other.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for being on the show. You're amazing, and you've been doing some awesome work and helping us all out to get our chakras cleared for the new year, so we have a nice, wonderful start.
Woohoo! Thank you. I'd love to be on again if you'll have me.
I will definitely have you back.
Great. Thank you. And, yeah, thank you to everyone who called in, and thank you, Christopher. We finally got that crown one to where all of them are doing well. Do you have...
And thank you to everyone in Spaced Out Radio, Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, Deep Talk Radio, and wherever else in the universe you're listening tonight. I had a wonderful time this evening, and it was my pleasure, literally and figuratively, and I can't wait to do it again next weekend on spacedoutradio.com. Until next time, nighty-night, love and light to all my space cases out there. You guys have a wonderful week. Don't work too hard. Take care of my use, and I'll see you back here this weekend. And don't forget, we are all in this together. Together we can make the world a little better, and together, my friends, we own the night. And if you guys want to come on to the after party, it's on Skype, 970-335-9596. That's 970-335-9596.